Hello, my name is Rory Griffin. My call sign is W4RJG and I live in South Boston, Virginia. Today we're going to continue our discussion for the ETO P2P team about the HF P2P call-up process. In part 1 we covered why we want to use Vara AC as a call-up tool. 2 serious examples were mentioned, and if you have not seen that video we recommend that you watch that first. The ETO P2P team ran our own internal set of tests, and some were novices with Vara AC and were able to ramp up quickly. Here in part 2 is the installation and important settings. Specific radio settings cannot be covered. There are a lot of resources in YouTube, Groups.io, and other locations. You'll need to go there. There are 2 pieces, the Vara HF modem and the Vara AC program. Now the Vara HF installation should only be done if you don't have one installed. If you already do, skip this process. Go to rosmodem.wordpress.com. This link and others will be in the slides coming with the video. Wait until the green download button occurs, and we're going to go to our screenshots and show you how that's going to work. So here's the download page. You're going to click on the top line, Vara HF. This is the download page. It's going to take a few seconds to get there. It does a little graphic thing, don't know why. And take a look at the bottom right, there's a green download button. That's what you're going to want to click. Doesn't take long to get done. Go to your downloads folder, you'll find a zip file for it. You're going to want to extract that zip file. And here we are in the extracted zip file. Go ahead, click on the program, right click, in order to run it as an administrator. This is required. Here's the setup program. Click yes, okay, next, all the positive things to keep it going right until the end, including saying, yes, I want to run the program. So, when you get there, click on settings and setup. Things to put in are your call sign, your license if you have one. If you don't, it's well worth the money. The more you use Vara, the more you will get your money's worth. The increased speeds are fabulous. A little bit further down the checkboxes, you want to say yes, you want to get internet updates. You want to allow 500 hertz connections, critical for Vara AC. And you want to click on the CWID. While not required, we do recommend it. Now, you must find your radio interface connections. You're going to go to Settings, Sound Card, and take a look so you can see where you have to go and put in your input and output settings for the sound that goes in and out. And then you're going to want to do a tune process. The reason for the tune process is for the ALC, and you don't want that to be going over 50%. A little bit less is even better. Nice little extra buffer there. If you do not, you will interfere with other stations in various ways, and you will be overdriving your signal, and it'll be hard, if not impossible, to decode on the other side. So now we're going to go and download the Vara AC program, and you're going to go to varaac-hamradio.com/download. If you have the Vara HF installed already, double check that you have the needed version installed. This is the first note on that web page. If you need to update your Vara HF, follow the update instructions very carefully. Otherwise, you'll be creating more work for yourself than you really need to. All right, so going back to the Vara AC download, go to the bottom of that page. Go ahead and fill in your name, your call sign, your email. You have to do this every time you download. You're going to get an email that you can just absolutely ignore. I don't know why they're doing it, but they do it every time. You're going to get a download folder. It's a zip file. But before we do anything, go to your C drive, create a folder named Vara AC, suggestion capital V, A, R, capital A, capital C. Just looks the same as the program name, easier to find. Then you're going to want to select all the files in that folder, go to that C folder that you created, and put them all in there. You'll see more files here in my folder, but that's because I run it, so it creates other files as it needs going forward. Now, if you have WinLink Express, please close it. You don't want the two of them running at the same time. Go to Vara AC, find the varac.exe, tap to highlight, do a right click and hit pin to start. Since the program was not installed, it's not going to be in your start menu unless you do this. Then right click again, hit open, and the program will start up. From there, you're going to go to settings, go to my information. What is required is your call sign. Ignore the boxes on either side. The other information will be useful for when you start sending messages back and forth. Then, just as a reminder, the power setting that's there has nothing to do with your radio is. It's what you're letting people know what your power is that you're running. But it does not tell your radio what the power setting should be. So I have 30 there. My power max on my radio is 100 watts. It doesn't set it to 30%. I just run it at 30 watts. Then you go close that, save and exit, go to settings, under settings, and then you're going to be going through the following parts of this very intense little box with all sorts of settings in it. First, ignore PTT configuration, frequency control, and CAT configuration. From this video, you have to determine this yourself. Same as we've mentioned before, go to those other places that are unique to your radio, and in addition, a little bit more particular for Vara AC. In the VMail section, click on both boxes. For the DX cluster uploads, if you're not sure what to do, don't enable it. In beacon CQs, make sure the beacon interval is 15 minutes. Make sure the last heard history is on. In the Vara modem configuration, it should read as follows. Vara modem type is Vara HF. The IP host should be 127.0.0.1. The main port should be 8300 and the KISS port 8100. The Vara path should be C vara.exe. And all this is pretty standard. It should already be there, but let's make sure. And now you can go ahead and hit save and exit. Now, if your Vara modem is not being displayed, please bring it forward. If you do not have the Vara HF mode running, you see in the upper left where it says in a blue box connect modem, click that, and then the Vara HF modem will start, and then you'll see the red disconnect modem. Now, the reason why you want to take a look at your Vara HF modem is to make sure that after the version, it says your call sign -R, and then call sign -T. This is required. If not, and the Vara HF modem was already running, please close it and open it back up. Now in the upper right, there is a frequency drop-down box. Pick one of those frequencies. Doesn't matter which one. Your radio frequency should shift to that frequency as well. Make sure your antenna is set for that frequency so you won't have any problems. Set your power level on your radio to 30%. Whatever is your maximum, bring it down to 30%. This is to protect your finals from excessive wear at 100% duty cycle, or anything above the 30%. Now there is a button also in the upper left called Send Beacons. If you press that, this will start a beacon process. A beacon will go out about every 15 minutes, and go ahead and click it. There will be a countdown that starts. Sometimes a soon message will also appear in there. It listens to the Vara modem to make sure the frequency is not in use when it's ready to go and transmit. The soon is when a timer is done, but the frequency is busy, and it can't see a busy signal from its perspective for 20 seconds before it sends out a beacon. If you go over to the upper right hand side, you'll see last heard beacon. This is the heart of the call-up process. You may see after some time, now that you have it up and running, that you'll see other stations that will be listed. Notice that there is a time, and the time is UTC. If you go to the very top line in the program, it has two clocks. One is UTC and one is local. If you go along to the right side of the program, there are three buttons. The top button of these blue buttons is for sending VMail. This is email transported only within Vara AC connected stations. The middle button is broadcast and is utilized so everybody else can see the message. It's just to be put out there for other Vara AC stations to see. And all they can do is see. Nobody can respond directly they can just put back their own broadcast message to say, I see your broadcast message. Those would be the two main functions utilized for a call-up process. Now, overall, in working with Vara AC, it's not a series of steps like in WinLink to send a message. It's a quicker, simpler method to send and receive messages. In part 3, we're going to show a recorded demonstration of Vara AC at the start of a call-up process, and then all the features utilized in a Vara AC call-up process will be displayed. There are links that will be listed at the slides at the end where you can get some specific help, including our Groups I/O for specific call-up questions and some support. I want to thank you for being with us today. Hope that you've got a good idea of how to install it. Remember, if you're watching this and it went kind of fast, you can hit pause, go look at the slide, get it all done, take your time for each one, but once it's set up, it'll be a real easy thing for you to do to work with the program. Again, we hope that you enjoyed the video, that you're really planning this all out, part of your EOP, and we look forward to seeing you in the part 3 video where we show you how it's all going to work. Thank you and have yourself a great day. 73.